on a basketball court. It happened Thursday as Washington met Detroit. The ball just bouncing out of bounds. And then watch here. It's not once, but twice. Jordan is not able to get a handle on the basketball. In fact, he committed 4 fourth-quarter turnovers, missed 10 of his 17 shots as his team falls 87-82. Of his
himself in front of the home crowd against the San Antonio Spurs. New boy Mike Wiltz hits the three-pointer in the corner for his first career NBA hoop. He had 7 points and 4 assists. Then the second quarter, more Hawks. Sharif Abdur-Rahim backs in and hits the tough jumper. At that point, the Hawks are down by 1. Then later in the second, Atlanta looking good in front of their new coach. Malik Rose drives and gets blocked. And this leads to Wilkes finding Glenn Robinson for the jumper. And the Hawks are up by 10. But with 5 seconds left in the third, the Spurs make a run. Tony Parker drives and kicks it out to Tim Duncan, who nails the three-pointer just before time expires. And the Spurs are down by 5. Now Hawks up by 2, 13 seconds left in the game. Duncan gets the ball in the post, goes right, spins to his left, and then scores to tie it up. And then with just 4.3 seconds left with the same score, Jason Terry dribbles to his right off the screen, slips while he pulls up, but still hits the jumper before time expires, and Stotts gets his first win as NBA head coach. Meanwhile, not even Yao Ming's 17 points against the New York Knicks could prevent Houston from losing a season-high third in a row. Game just underway. Rockets get it to Yao, who spins on Kurt Thomas and drives the baseline for the beautiful reverse lay-in. First quarter, we're tied at 13. Kurt Thomas breaks up the Yao Ming pass, and Charles Sprewell gets the loose ball and takes it the other way for the jam. And the Knicks are up by 2. Second quarter, more Knicks. Allen Houston squares up and nails the three-pointer over his defender. Knicks up by 9. And in the third quarter, New York were really running away with it. Watch Sprewell find Michael Doliak, and he jams over Kelvin Cato. And then fourth quarter, the Knicks seal it. Sprewell finds Clarence Weatherspoon, who dunks it all over Yao. Watch it again as the Knicks win 99-83. In Memphis, Tennessee, the Grizzlies had their reserves to thank after mounting a fourth-quarter comeback against the Orlando Magic. Magic were unfortunate in the first quarter as Grant Hill pushes the ball up, gets his pass deflected, tries to scramble to get the ball back, then hurts his ankle in the process. He would not return to the game. The Magic turned to a reliable source, though, in Tracy McGrady, who hits a three-pointer, then another one. And then another one. He had 25 first-half points. He led Orlando with 35 in the game. The Magic lead by 13. Second half, all the Grizzlies chip in now. Gordon Giricek buries a three-pointer, and then Giricek gets a loose ball here and drives and finds Paul Gasol for the lay-in and the foul. And then off the missed three throw, Shane Battier tips it back to Gasol, who jams it. Now off the turnover, Earl Watson pushes the ball up and hits the floater. And then off another Magic turnover, great Grizzly team effort here, leads to Stromal Swift with the jam. The Grizzlies outscored the Magic 52-29 in the second half, and they win by 13. Here's some more to their 9th straight loss. First quarter, Lakers on the run, and Shaq leads the fast break and finds Kobe Bryant for the alley-oop slam, 27-11 Lakers. Second quarter, more from that combo. Kobe drives and then finds Shaq for the big jam. The big man had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Third quarter, and the Nuggets came back a little. Donal Harvey spins baseline and then scores the lay-in. And the Nuggets are down 5. But later in the third, the Lakers are back in control. Kobe hits the tough fade jumper. The Lakers up by 9. And then in the fourth quarter, the Lakers really coasted. Robert Horry fires the long pass to Kobe for the jam. He had 39 points. As the Lakers win by 19, only their second win in 6 games. The Portland Trail Blazers brought a 6-game winning streak into Sacramento. Blazers running on the Kings. On the break, the ball goes to Blazers' Derek Anderson for the dunk. Blazers up by 5. But the Kings would battle back. Sacramento's Damon Jones spots up and buries the 3, and we're all tied at 89. With just a minute left, Blazers by 1. The Kings' Mike Bibby steals the pass and then breaks down court for the layup, and the Kings lead by 1. Tied at 102, last chance for the Kings. Sacramento's Peja Stojakovic can't get the 3 to fall. Hedo Turkoglu gets the board, but he can't get the long shot to go. And we go to overtime, where the Blazers were on fire. Portland's Rasheed Wallace spots up and hits the three. And then under a minute left, Bonzi Wells hits the jumper from the corner to seal the win. Wells scored a season-high 32 points. Blazers win their 7th straight. San Antonio, Tony Parker had his mother's arrival from France to thank for his fabulous performance against the Chicago Bulls. Tony Parker doing it all, really. Finds Steven Jackson cutting to the hoop and throws down the dunk. And then he dishes to David Robinson for the dunk. And then this time Parker keeps himself and knocks down the three. Spurs up by 10. There were a few bright spots for the Bulls. Here's one of them. Marcus Spitzer gets to the top of the key and quickly drives the hoop and throws down the big dunk over Robinson. Bulls down 8, but Parker was just too much. He drives to the lane, doesn't find anything, dribbles back out and then hits the nice three. Parker had a career-high 32 points, also 10 assists, as the Spurs win in a blowout 109-95. We'll be right back. Shot clock is winding down, but PJ Brown is unaware of that. He casually passes to Baron Davis, who's more aware, and he takes the shot and cans it for the three-pointer. Davis scored 22 points for New Orleans, and although Indiana won the game, Davis gets our World Sport Play of the Day.
Ran rings around him. Baron Davis drove the lane here and got the layup. The Hornets guard scored 14 points. And Jamal Mashburn got 25. Again, Ming was beaten in a one-on-one in a dismal period for the Rockets. But a franchise equaling best in terms of defense for New Orleans. The Rockets led by just the three in the last quarter when the little giant woke up, hitting the turnaround for the layup. Yao only got 12 points on the night, but he played for the team. And check out this no-look pass to Moochie Norris for the layup. That's a great play, and Houston pulled away for an 8-point win.
The New York Knicks watched Jerome Williams swat away Latrell Sprewell, but Kurt Thomas is there to stuff it. But the play was actually made by Williams. That's certainly part of the highlight reel. Later, more in the opening half from Williams. The pass from Rashawn Leonard, the big throwdown, and the Raptors actually had a lead in the game, but the Knicks came back before halftime. Watch Travis Knight make the nice bounce pass to Kurt Thomas for the jam. Knicks up by 10. Second half, more of the same from the home side. Thomas running the nice give and go with Sprewell, resulting in the Thomas lay-in. And then more from the Knicks two-man game as Spree runs the screen roll with Thomas. Thomas had 26 points of the night as the Knicks ended up winning this one with ease.
Crowd in the United Center. Jordan rolled back the years to when he won 6 NBA championship with the Bulls and was quick to produce some of the old magic early on, scoring in his first field goal attempt. The Wizards were never really troubled and led 55-37 at the end of the half. Jordan scoring again just before the buzzer. Jerry Stackhouse made back-to-back baskets to cap a 20-3 run and give the Washington Wizards a 79-48 lead in the third. Kwame Brown sealed the win, 107-82 as...
And can Dirk Nowitzki prevent back-to-back defeats for the Mavs for the first time this season?
We're in Los Angeles on Sunday. This, the Bryants and O'Neal show, as the two teammates hooked up time and time again. Lakers started running away with this one in the opening period. O'Neal spinning past Nate Huffman for the two-handed slam and the foul. Second half, more of the same. Watch Bryant. And the 360 move to the hoop, a not-so-quiet 13 points for Kobe on the night. Meanwhile, the big man, Shaquille O'Neal, put down 35. 14 of 18 shooting for O'Neal, as the Lakers appear to be showing some of that killer instinct. A rare sellout crowd of over 23,000 at the United Center greeted Jordan, the former Bull, and his Washington Wizards as they played in Chicago, helping the Bulls win 6 championship banners. Could afford MJ such a warm welcome. And he went out and did some scoring on this night. Number 23 doing it from all over the court. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Jordan, as his visiting Wizards led 55-37 at the break. Teammate Jerry Stackhouse took over in the second half. There's a lay-in for Stackhouse. A little later, watch him drive, dribble back, bury the jumper. More from Stackhouse as he goes baseline for the reverse lay-in. 15 points in the third quarter, 28 in the game for Stackhouse. In the fourth quarter, the Chicago fans want to see who else but Jordan. They start chanting, "We want Mike." What about their hometown Bulls? Well, they lost for the 21st time this season. Dallas, virtually unbeatable at home, it hopes to continue the trend Thursday against the Los Angeles Clippers, who try to get out to a good start. Lamar Odom does his part. Dirk Nowitzki, though, too tough on this night as the Mavs built their lead to 11. Second half, the lead is 19, and they want more. Watch Dallas as Steve Nash go and hit the jumper off 1 foot. Late in the third, more from the Mavericks. Nowitzki drives. He scores the lay-in, draws the foul. The German with a 20-point night. Here come the Clips, though, in the fourth period. Quentin Richardson buries the three-pointer. They're coming back, but still down by 12. Clippers eat into the Dallas advantage, though Andre Miller hits the floater in the lane. The Mavericks' lead is trimmed to 10, but the Mavericks do put it away in the end. Finley driving across the lane, hits the tough shot and draws the foul. 20 points for Michael Finley as Dallas goes on to win by 10. The Mavs
Olympic tournament itself in Athens. The news will come as a boost to US basketball, which often has to make do without its top players. A torrid time en route to the gold medal at the last Olympics, and the Americans' abject failure at last year's World Championships, however, may well have changed a few attitudes. To Friday's NBA action, when the New York Knicks met Isaiah Thomas's Indiana Pacers. Fourth quarter tied at 83. The Knicks' Latrell Sprewell buries the jumper. Knicks by 2. Pacers up 1 now. Knicks on the break. Charlie Ward gets the tip in for the layup. New York up 1. Late in the fourth, New York by 2. The Pacers' Brad Miller with a free-ball attempt here. Desperation stations. It doesn't go. New York win 98-96. And the Pacers aren't that pleased, as you can see. The Cleveland Cavaliers faced the Toronto Raptors Friday night when the play of the game was made by the Cavs. Ricky Davis with a steal and dunk over Antonio Davis. Well worth a replay. The Showboat Slam helping the Cavs to an 81-80 victory. Before showing some good hands with a flip to Gary Payton, who throws up the alley-oop for the Desmond Mason Slam. Once more with feeling, Mason with 21 points on the night. And while the Sonics lost this one, 94-82, he goes on to win a World Sport Play of the Day.
It would have been Artest's job to guard Jordan. Without him in the lineup, Jordan was on his game. Watch him back up the defender and hits the fadeaway. He helped forge this game into overtime, tied at 95. Seconds left in the extra period, tied at 99. Jermaine O'Neal misses the jumper, so we go to a second overtime. This time, Jordan plays the give and go with Charles Oakley. MJ lays it in to tie it up. 41 points for the soon-to-be 40-year-old. Now seconds left in the second overtime period. Wizards by 3. Reggie Miller tries the game-winning three-pointer. It bounces off the rim, and the Wizards come away with a gutty victory at home. Phoenix, so tough at home of late, entertaining the LA Lakers on Saturday. There's Shaquille O'Neal. Here's Kobe Bryant. Shaq eventually gets the rebound and throws the monster slam down. Then Kobe steals, turns in the big slam. Game-high 37 points for Bryant, but LA trailed by 1. It was the Suns, though, would shine brightly on this night. Stephon Marbury misses once, misses twice, but Amar Stoudemire cleans up off the jump ball. Now it's Marbury ahead to Sean Marion. That's a big slam. Phoenix now off and running. Bo Outlaw ahead to rookie Casey Jacobson for the dunk. Get a feeling how this game is turning. Marbury to Jacobson for 3 in the corner. Finally, Marion with the inbounds pass, full court to Stoudemire. He had 17. Phoenix has now won 8 in a row.
Knowing that they have one of the most awesome talents in the NBA, sit back and watch as Dirk Nowitzki runs the show against the Milwaukee Bucks. The 7-foot German matched a career best by scoring 40 points, showcasing every aspect of his game. He landed nearly half of his shots, pulled in 14 rebounds, and was almost immaculate with the free throw. And even when it didn't go to plan, Nowitzki fought to ensure the ball ended up in the basket. With less than 30 seconds to go, the Mavs led by 1, and Michael Finley had the chance to seal it, but he lost the ball on his foot, and the Bucks sniffed an opportunity. Their road record has been poor this season, but George Karl's men got in front thanks to a great three-pointer from Tim Thomas with just 17 seconds to go, and Dallas fluffed their last chance. Steve Nash came up short, and Milwaukee clinched it by 3, 110 points to 107.
4.5 seconds left.
Basketball stars of the past and future clashed in Orlando. Tracy McGrady dismissed the importance of Michael Jordan's retirement and then made his point with 32 points against the Wizards. But Jordan, who will be 40 in February, showed he's not finished just yet. There were flashes of the great man in his prime as he scored 21 points, a great steal and a slam here, as the Wizards tried to avoid their 4th defeat in 5. But McGrady had the last word, and Orlando took the game out of reach with great plays like this. The Magic won by 112 to 95.
Then Shaquille O'Neal in the second ballot return for this year's All-Star game, which is set to be played on February 9th in Atlanta. The Houston Rockets star having nudged ahead of the fans' perennial favourite centre by more than 150,000 ballots, though his cause may have been helped by the fact that online voting has been made available in Mandarin for the first time. There's still a chance for Shaq to rally, though, as the fan vote continues through January 12th, with the All-Star starters announced 9 days later. Only 4 rookie centres have ever made the All-Star starting lineup.
Davis out with a bad back. The New Orleans Hornets would have a tough time with the Orlando Magic, and they did behind Tracy McGrady's big nights. No problem with McGrady's back as the NBA's leading scorer went off. McGrady from all over the court, part of a game-high 40 points for McGrady, 5th time this season he's been high man. But the Magic would have their problems with Jamal Mashburn. He made the difference for the home team. Mash with the long jump shot there. Watch as he drives the lane, gets the floater to fall. A little later, Mashburn inbounds it, then gets the ball back and cans the tough lay-in. How about 2 more for Mashburn? No, make it 3. Mash with a team-high 29 points, 9 assists as the Hornets come back and
out Philadelphia. Nash had 16 points, but the Mavs were led by Dirk Nowitzki's 29. The German star was on fire, and no one on the 76ers could really stop him. Sean Bradley helped out with 7 blocked shots. Here one on Todd McCullough. That triggered the break. Michael Finley ended it with 2 of his 18 points. The Mavericks improved to 27-5 on the season. Meanwhile,
with the game tied in the second, Tony Parker sneaked in behind everyone for an easy 2 points, and the point guard from France was at it again in the third. Another easy basket as he top scored with 26 points. Parker really picked up the offensive slack late on here in the 4th. He teamed up with Manu Ginobili for 3 more points, and the left-handed Argentinian ensured the Clippers left empty-handed. Returning from injury, he came on in the third and combined well with Tim Duncan. Right-handed slam from him, delighting his teammates. 24 points for Duncan. Just the 4 from Ginobili on another slam, but the rookie clearly has a big future ahead of him as San Antonio won by 8.
Rivals by 12 points. Shaquille O'Neal led all scorers with 36, while Kobe Bryant added 31. The Lakers improved to 14 and 20.
Is Juwan Howard with the jumper to put the visitors into a 7-point lead. Now that the German Nowitzki only scored 2 points in the first half was testament to the Mavs' sluggishness, but they picked it up. Canadian Steve Nash gets it to Rafe LaFrentz there. He makes a great score against his old team. He ended with 16 points and 11 rebounds, both season highs, into the third, and it's all tied at 42 until Michael Finley puts up the 3-pointer. He led by example with 19, and in the second half, Dirk Nowitzki woke up to finish the job. The big German made the steal and laid it in at the other end. 18 points for Big Dirk, and the Mavs blew their opponents away in the 4th, winning this one by 86 points to 71.
How do you account for players like Dirk Nowitzki, Stojakovic, yourself, and you're coming into the NBA and you're really making an impact? Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that those two are different players from me. One is a 7-footer that can do it all, that shoots like a 6-footer. So it was obvious that he was going to have a big impact. The other one is a great shooter too, 6'9". So they have big bodies for this league too. Probably my situation is kind of different. There are like thousands of players like with my size, my athleticism. So
when you looked at
for probably 95% of the population of the world, my age, we looked at him, and for us it was unbelievable. So for sure he was my biggest shooter.
45 points on the night, but it was his shooting from distance that will be remembered for quite some time to come. We're in the second quarter here, and it seems that Bryant just can't miss. He hit a career-high 6 threes in this quarter alone. They came in the space of just 5.5 minutes to give the Lakers a 15-point halftime lead. The first record came early in the third when he sunk another three, his 9th in succession. No one had done that before. And he just kept going. The record for the most threes in a game was held by Dennis Scott, who shot 11. But by the end of the third, Kobe had matched that as well. The game score hardly mattered anymore as everyone at Staples Center was egging him on. And the coup de grace came in the fourth when he sunk number 12. The new record for threes in succession now stands at 9. And he rightly left the court to a standing ovation. 4 wins in 5 now for the Lakers. It's 3 in a row for the Sacramento Kings, who beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Doug Christie helped begin what would become a rout. The Bucks ended up with their lowest points total of the season. Mike Bibby weighed in with 20 points for the Kings, who led from the first minute on. Christie scored 12 points, and he played in the Yugoslav Vlade Divac for a lay-in there. This is a great way to start a 3-game road trip. Lawrence Funderburg putting up a jumper, much to the delight of his teammates, and the Kings took this one by a whopping 25 points. To Houston now, where the Rockets took on Minnesota, and the Timberwolves led at the start. That's Kevin Garnett strutting his stuff. But a 6-minute drought really cost the Timberwolves. During that time, the Rockets got their noses in front. Kelvin Cato with an alley-oop slam, and late in the second quarter, Houston stretched their lead to 11. Moochie Norris got it to Steve Francis, who drove the lane to score with a nice reverse. He chipped in with 14. And in the third, Katino Mobley's no-look pass was tipped away, but Francis stole it and got it to Yao Ming. He laid down the slam, and the Rockets took this. Grant Hill missed his 6th straight game with a sore ankle, and it was nip and tuck here in the second. Moochie Norris to Yao, who goes in with a turnaround jumper to give the Rockets a 1-point lead. Houston led by 10 at half-time, but the NBA's leading scorer, Tracy McGrady, led a comeback, breezing past everyone, including Yao for the slam. He landed 27 points on the night. Still in the third here, and it's the Rockets by 8 now. Eddie Griffin finds Yao in the paint, and he lays it in for 2. The little giant scored 23 for Houston, and that was just enough. McGrady desperately tried to keep Orlando in touch with an outside jumper, but it was a history-making night for the Rockets. Thank God he's on our team, say Yao's teammates. He had the last word as Houston won by 10, 91 points to 81. The Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Vick took a timeout ahead of his playoff game in Philadelphia this weekend. His entertainment, the Hawks versus the Dallas Mavericks. Jason Terry led the disappointing Atlanta side with 27 points, but he couldn't prevent their 6th straight defeats. Steve Nash scored 19 for Dallas. This layup put them into a 10-point lead as they improved their road record to 12-3, the best in the NBA. The Hawks played their worst basketball of the season, and Nick Van Exel's 14 for the Mavs and 30 from Dirk Nowitzki meant they didn't really have a prayer, and Dallas took this one by 18. His testament to that, the young forward LeBron James reckons it's his best dunk ever. No kidding. He also happens to play for the best high school team in the land, St. Vincent St. Mary's in Ohio, and dunks like that will surely add a few more dollars to his signing on fee and are good enough for our World Sport Play of the Day. Let's continue to roll on the road, thanks to Dirk's dunks and so much more.